Why do some voices last 30 years and others 5, when all singers are working probably just as hard? And what does this chap have to do with this one? Most rock singers, especially self-taught ones, drive sound from the throat. They mistake volume for pressure and force for support. The result is beautiful for a few years and then costly. Nodules, chronic inflammation, loss of top range, increasing dependency on adrenaline to compensate. The paradox is that the louder you push without support, the weaker the actual sound becomes. But, and this matters, for some singers none of that is a problem. They simply do not care about technique in a systematic sense. They are right not to. I cannot imagine Tom Waits wailing like a siren. His voice is what it is, precisely because he has never tried to protect it in the way this series is about. This is a completely legitimate choice. I love Tom Waits. This series is for the others. The ones who want range or control or grit or simply to still have a voice in 40 years. The opera concept. The opera concept, Appoggio. Appoggio, from the Italian appoggiare, to lean on, is the foundational breath management discipline of the bel canto tradition. It is not belly breathing, we are not doing yoga here, though this is the most common misunderstanding. It is the coordinated engagement of the diaphragm, descending on inhalation, the lower ribs expanding outward, intercostal muscles, and the abdominal wall providing slow, controlled counter-resistance during phonation, allowing the diaphragm to ascend slowly rather than collapse. The result, a steady, sustained column of air that requires no effort from the throat. The throat is free, must be free. The larynx floats. The common objection: opera singers do not mic themselves. Oh, true. The volume achieved by an amplified operatic voice at full appoggio is the proof that the technique works, not evidence that it only applies to opera. In contemporary singing, we are after something different. We do not need to make the walls of a theatre shake, but we do want more pitch range, or grit, or control without going hoarse. And that requires the same column, differently deployed, but it is the same column. A few exercises for you. The hissing column.
ah, Dreams get old, all my chances blow. Did your dreams get old? As I fall, tell me not to sleep. Watch me as I bleed, far away you leave. Watch me as I bleed, the summer breeze will scream. Watch me as I bleed, tell me not to sleep. Shut up, shut
This is not about volume management. We don't need to make the theater's walls shake. It is about keeping the instrument conscious of itself. If you can only deliver something one way, you can only sing with grit, you have lost control of it. Remember to always clean up your vocals whenever you try the vocal fry, distortion or grit. It's very important. Keep control of your voice. I do believe the bel canto breath support technique that kept opera singers performing into the 60s is the same physics that will keep a rock vocalist like me alive past 40 or 50 or 60 or 70, hopefully. This is what it actually is and how I train it and how I train that to myself. Subscribe to my channel for more nerdy vocalist stuff. Bye.